Welcome to a tour of our little urban homestead. What you're seeing right now is our front yard. It's directly in front of our house, and we lined the front yard with flowers and some perennials. So out there's a rhubarb, our little farm stand down there. We have an espaliered cherry tree, an espaliered pear tree, and an espaliered plum tree. In the dirt about where that bucket is, we've planted dahlias and feverfew and some herbs that like it a little bit on the shadier side. Then we've got blueberries, currants, and gooseberries through this line right here that's a border. This little brown spot here will eventually become grass. And then we move over into the main part of the annual garden area. This is all new. We got waste hay and covered everything with it. I've got some lettuce happening here. That bed is empty. I'll be planting cucumbers later this week. This is a bed that has some beets happening in it. Right down there. We've got peas and radishes in that bed. Peas along the fence line. Along that fence line, we're going to plant more flowering pollinators out there, like spirea, maybe some evergreen ones. We've got a couple of rows of carrots here, our onions. The zucchini looks like it's starting to pop up. So this says tomatoes, but it's not tomatoes. There's zucchini plants in here that I just planted. This will also be cucumbers. This is like a spiral bed, and it will have weed compost in it. My children wanted to do it. I have a fun little horseshoe-shaped bed that we just planted potatoes in. There's some potatoes we planted earlier. Compost. There's 3 kiwi there. They're going to move to be behind the compost bin, and we will espalier them along the fence there. Out near the road is a pomegranate. We also have hazelnut trees out here. That's on the other side of the fence. These are a couple of potato bins that we're giving a go, and I will be able to stack on top of these and allow them to get deeper. Tomorrow I will be planting some scarlet runners up and over this. This is what it looks like from the cul-de-sac side of my house. That's fencing I just took down. This end of the house is going to end up having 8 250-gallon ICB totes to hold water, but we got to figure out how heavy of a thing that we can put on the end of the house without needing a foundation, or do we need to put a foundation in? And there's a row of strawberries, and a row of I think Tulamine raspberries. We have an apricot tree. Hi, Jacob. A hazelnut tree. In here are walking onions, gooseberries, sage, bindweed like crazy, which I work on constantly, an Asian pear, more sage, lovely dandelions. There's a rhubarb. A peach tree, which looks really sad, and I don't know what's up with it, but last year it looked like this, and then it leafed out fine and produced lots of peaches, so we're just rolling with it. Lovage. This is what the garden area looked like when I started 5 years ago when we moved in. Well, okay, that's not true. This probably happened in year 3 is when I put the beds in, and honestly, I probably would never put beds in again. We have grapes along the fence. Every other fence panel has grapes in it. So that's like the main production area of the garden. There's 14 beds here. 6 of them are filled with garlic right now. We've got some flowering kale back there. That's what we got going on for the annual production mostly, and a little bit of perennial production stuck in there.